Why don't you give us this? I'm going to get this microphone a second, but give us a story about how you got started here, okay?
What's relevant is that I am a hypnotist, so many people would come to me. They come to hypnotists as a last resort for quit smoking and weight loss. And I had, despite my training, I had very mediocre results with weight loss, and it was very discouraging. So people would refer, and, oh, do you do weight loss? And I started to back off of it, but kept getting referrals, and I just didn't know where to go. I didn't know how to be successful with it, and many hypnotists are successful with it, but I wasn't. I was having, people would come back after a couple of weeks and say it worked a little bit, and then they'd fall off and not return and not do the trances themselves. And so then I started, a number of colleagues were referring to me for quit smoking and weight loss continually, and there was one week where I did it with many sessions in a row, and I start my day at 7:30 in the morning, go till about 1:30, and then I have a long break and I go home for a leisurely lunch and then come back for a late afternoon. So by 1:30, I'm starving, and that's okay. It's like normal to be hungry at 1:30. You've been working since 7:30. And I would do these tapping sessions in the morning, and I'd go home, be home at 1:30, and I wouldn't be hungry. And I didn't get it. Like, it didn't make sense physiologically. And it started to dawn on me that it was the tapping I was doing for other people coming in saying, I eat when I'm not hungry, I eat too fast, I eat out of anxiety, and I would be tapping for them, and I'd go home, and I would force myself to eat because I knew I had to because I had the afternoon, but I was bored, and I've never been bored with food in my life, so I knew something was off. So then I started practicing with it and having many successes with it, and then it progressed from there into all the details, all the protocols and the setup statements that you all have in the handout, and I love it. It's exciting. It is the area that people, I think, have the most discouragement in. And if you go to conferences, I go to hypnosis conferences, and there are obese hypnotists that are advertising for stress release, weight loss, and quit smoking. And it happens all the time. So I think it is the area that people, because they don't get to the bottom of it, they think it doesn't work, or they do a Band-Aid approach, or they do a diet. Diets don't work because you're not addressing the problem. Okay. Let's see. Just as far as definitions of substance abuse, two things to know, and many of you already work with substance abuse, so this will be repeat, but what's very important is that clients, they get into trouble with their substance, so alcohol, cocaine, food, television, whatever it is, and they swear it off, and then they start to use again, get into trouble again, swear it off, and the cycle starts. And so when you hear people saying, oh, I've decided to give up alcohol for a month, it's like, why would they be giving it up unless there was a problem? Someone either complained, a spouse had a problem, they missed a day of work, they got into trouble, and there's a continuum, of course. You can drink once a month and be alcoholic, or you have obsessive drinking every day. The other piece that's important is unpredictability. Someone will say to you, well, I didn't intend to get drunk tonight, but I went out and one triggered the next. That's your sign of alcoholism, or any ism, any addiction. They can't control it. Their intention is to not go overboard, but they do go overboard. So that's just very important. Sort of just keep that in your mind. Now, compulsions versus obsessions. Obsessions are the thoughts, and with weight loss, with eating, people obsess about food all day long. They wake up in the morning and they think about what they're going to have to eat 3 meals. They think about it night and day, and so do alcoholics or drug addicts as well. How am I going to get the next fix is what they're really focused on. Compulsions, and you all know this, is the behavior piece, okay? Now, compulsions, are a couple definitions. Some people say when you can't control starting or stopping of your behavior, that means that you're compulsive. The phrase in AA, in Alcoholics Anonymous, that I think will really stick with you is they say, 1 is too many and 1,000,000 isn't enough. And that goes for cookies. I mean, those of you with the weight issue will think about that with cookies, chocolate, whatever you're pursuing. That's